Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am making cabbage rolls. If you have never eaten cabbage rolls before, you are in for a special treat. So let's get started. You'll need a fairly large size cabbage, and the first thing that you want to do is remove the core. So with a sharp knife, just go around the perimeter of the core. Take your time with it. It's going to pop out, but remember, please take your time with this. You want to be extremely careful. On the stove, I have a steaming pot of hot water, and I'm going to add about a tablespoonful of salt to this water. After that, I'm going to place my entire cabbage inside of the steaming pot of water. What we want to do is to get our cabbage leaves soft so that they're very easily taken apart. So about 15 to 20 minutes, we're just going to let these cabbage leaves just sit right in the water. You can turn it a little bit just to make sure that it's evenly covered. Now we need to saute some vegetables. I'm going to use organic extra virgin olive oil to saute my vegetables. So I'm using here about a tablespoon, plus a little good measure with that. And I just want to make sure that the bottom of my skillet is nicely coated. So on medium to medium low heat, you're going to saute some vegetables. I'm choosing to use white onions because I love using white onions. I love the flavor of this. It smells so good and yummy. And with this, I'm going to add about 6 cloves of fresh garlic. And then I'm going to throw in some green top onions. I'm using about 7 green top onions right here. Okay, so just let these saute. We want them just to cook down a little bit, get a little browning flavor, and just bring all of these delicious vegetables together. Okay, so our vegetables look good, saute went well, so I'm going to turn my heat off and set this to the side. Let's get ready for our next step. Today, I'm going to be using ground beef. This is about 80% lean with 20% fat. Now, you can also use beef with this or lamb. My family and I, we do not eat pork, so we are using beef for this recipe. Now, for your seasonings, this really depends upon what you like. I love fresh grounded pepper, so I'm going to go on and sprinkle a little of that in there. How much is totally up to you. If you want yours to be a little bit more spicier, you can use another tablespoon. I'm also adding in some Mrs. Dash lemon pepper, about a teaspoonful of salt, and then I will be using basil and thyme. These are the only seasonings that I'm going to be using for my cabbage roll. After I've added all of this in, I also have a can of diced tomatoes. Now, if you want to use fresh tomatoes with this, you can. I recommend Roma tomatoes, the same kind that I used in my video of the cha-cha pickles. And then here we're going to add in about a cup of rice, uncooked long grain white rice. And there you see that I'm adding in my sauteed vegetables, and we are ready to put this together. Go on and put those gloves on, and we just want to fuse all of this delicious goodness together. You just want to incorporate now your seasonings with your meat along with your vegetables. This dish is very common in Europe, in Asia, China, and North Africa. All right, this is coming along well. I'm just making sure that I've got everything in. Taking another look at it. That looks good. And so now we can get ready to go to our next step. Okay, so I have removed my cabbage from my steaming bath of water. And with a fork, what you want to do is gently, and I stress again, gently, just loosen the leaves up, and you'll see that this nice water bath has completely soaked this cabbage. Now the cabbage is not done. It will finish cooking when we put it in the oven. But I'm doing this so that as I am peeling back my leaves, it makes it fairly easy. So during this step, you just want to take your time and gently lift up the leaves of your cabbage. And these are some beautiful leaves on this head of cabbage. Okay, so now I have my lined Pyrex bowl that I'm going to be using. My leaves look fairly well. But there's one thing that I want to do to my cabbage, and that is to remove this part right here. This is kind of like what we call the rib part of the cabbage leaves. And using my knife, as you can see, I'm just gently removing that rib. So take your time with this because you don't want to tear your leaves. If this part is not removed, it will make rolling your leaves impossible. So you want your leaves to be nice and flat when you get ready to roll them. Okay, so I have removed the rib part of my leaves. And here is my filling right here. So I'm going to take about a tablespoonful. If your leaves are a little larger, you can use a little more. And if you watch my video when I was making the samosas, we're going to roll it in pretty much the same way. So I'm going to take that bottom leaf, bring it all the way to the middle, and then we're going to tuck on one side, tuck on the other side, and then roll it all the way to the top. Wasn't that easy? And after that's done, you just want to go on and place that into your cooking pan. Again, I'm using a Pyrex bowl. I just lined it with foil. That helps with easy cleanup. So let's try it one more time so that you can get the proper rolling method right here. So you want to use again about a tablespoonful of your filling. Take that bottom part, bring it to the center, tuck, tuck, roll, roll. Got it? Tuck, tuck, roll, roll. And that's it. That's how we roll our cabbage leaves with our special filling. Okay, so I'm going to go on and finish the rest of my leaves. And here they are. Isn't that a beautiful dish? Wow. So creative and so yummy at the same time. Now that leftover cabbage that you have, that is not going to waste. We're going to use all of this cabbage. Now once you get down to the middle part of the cabbage, you'll find that you need to do a little bit more cutting away. because that core tends to go fairly down all the way to the end of that cabbage. Now I'm using bouillon cubes here. You can use the powder if you like, but I just made a little beef broth. I'm using beef broth because I'm using beef for my filling. If you're using chicken as your filling, you may want to use the chicken broth. That's fine. This beef broth is really going to bring this dish together. So I just poured a little bit on, and now my leftover cabbage leaves, I'm going to cover my cabbage rolls. So just cover those cabbages. And when this is all done, you're going to put a layer of foil on top of it to cover. And we're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour and 30 minutes. This looks good. Everything is all nicely covered. And I'm just going to pour the remaining of this beef broth right over my leaves. Okay, time to go in the oven. And here it is, all steamy hot, ready to go. This cabbage is nicely cooked, not overcooked. It smells so good. So you just want to remove your cabbage leaves that were on top. And I'm using a spatula here to plate it. I just want to show you. It smells so good, y'all. Oh, look at that. Now, that cabbage that you had covering it, go on and put that on the plate too. I'm telling you, we were going to use every bit of this cabbage. Nothing's going to waste. Now let's take a look on the inside of this. This is a complete meal right here. You got your vegetables and your meat. Ooh, this is so good. Oh, it is delicious. Yes, you will thoroughly enjoy this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up for this video. Share this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Hit the bell notification so that anytime I go live or upload a video, you will be the first to know. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.